What's good, everybody? Welcome to another video. Welcome to the channel, An Outsider's Perspective. And yes, today I am back on my Overwatch tower where I usually make my videos from. I thought I'd drop one here before I go to work today. I got a 14-hour shift ahead of me like I do every single day. Hence why I am very intermittent with my videos, but I'm trying to become more consistent, at least one video a day. Anyway, let's get straight into things. Like I mentioned in one of my videos in the recent past, I think 2 or 3 videos ago, I told you guys that people who are woke activists have a religion called a woke religion. Woke leftists have adopted this religion and they've been proceeding to use it to indoctrinate people. They've been using it to try to shift the Overton window that I explained about, because when they shift the Overton windows, ridiculous ideas becomes popular ideas, and when they become popular ideas or popular opinion, they are used to actually push for policies that affects you and I. However, you are lucky in the US at the moment because you have Supreme Court justices who are objective when they are actually interpreting the law. And these people believe in the power of the people more than the power of the government over the people. Hence why they are interpreting laws in such a way whereby it actually hands more power to the people. Hence why the overturning of Roe v. Wade. But since the overturning of Roe v. Wade, many of these activists who are religious woke people have been fighting against other religions that believe in the sanctity of life, particularly the Christian religion. They're not really doing it with all other religions. Meanwhile, what they stand for is against every single other religion that believes in the calling of a higher power, as well as the sanctity of life, both born and unborn. But if we even put religion aside, because they are saying that they want a separation of church and state, however, they want state to be, governed by their own beliefs rather than the beliefs of every other person, and rather than every other popular belief. That's what they want. But they keep on arguing that their beliefs is right, because when you get into this woke consciousness that they are trying to push, or these woke ideologies, gives you this certain sense of self-righteousness. Many of them are self-righteous. They believe that they are always right, regardless of the fact that the things that they say are not objectively true. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. But before we get into it, please don't forget to smash that like button if you're yet to do so. And let's jump right into things. So recently there was a Senate hearing and woke people presented one of their woke activists disguising as a law professor. Now, no, she's really a law professor from California University in Berkeley. Her name is Kiara Bridges. And just by looking at this woman, seeing that she has a no Septon Rose ring, I know a lot of people might jump to the conclusion that, yes, this woman is not a law professor. For sure, she is a woke activist, because many of these people, they always do something like maybe paint their hair pink, red, green, blue, or whatever, just to show you that they are woke, that they have a consciousness above yours, that they are smarter. However, when you ask them simple, objective truth questions, their whole ideology falls apart and they just turn into an NPC or a malfunction robot. So let's get into this clip real quickly, and I'll share my thoughts regarding this particular clip, an exchange between Texas Senator John Connor and Kiara Bridges, the Californian law professor.
Lead lives that are filled with dignity and humanity.
And
that
to
means
your way of thinking, that happens when more black babies are aborted.
I believe, I love black people with the capacity for pregnancy. I think they have agency, they have intelligence, they know what is best for themselves, and I would love to create the conditions under which they can live lives that are filled with dignity and humanity.
And do you think a baby that is delivered alive has value?
Yes.
Do you think that a baby that is not yet born has value?
I believe that a person with a capacity for pregnancy has value. They have intelligence. They have agency. They have
I'm talking about the baby.
And I'm talking about the person with the capacity for pregnancy.
You're not answering the question. I'm asking.
I'm answering a more interesting question to me.
Do you think that a baby that is not yet born, let's say the day before this mother delivers, do you think that baby has value?
I think that the person with the capacity for pregnancy has value, and they should have the ability to control what happens to their lives.
Well, and I just note you refuse to answer the question.
I believe the person with the capacity to have babies has dignity, has value, has the sanctity of deciding how she said it, like a robot, like I said before. A simple question was asked from this woman. This woman is supposed to be a law professor, so you would expect that she's really bright, that she would know that this line of questions will come to her and that she would have proper answers. But she did not answer the question. She delved away from the question. And I'll give you the simple reason why she delved away from that question and focused on talking about the dignity and the sanctity of women and that they should have the right to decide what happens to them, which I will get to in a second. The reason why is because they know how dark their belief is. They know that this belief, when you actually say it out loud, when you actually say what you are doing out loud, it doesn't seem good to anybody. It is really dark thoughts. It's really dark beliefs. And it also falls in line with the exact thing that the Bible says in the book of Ephesians. The good book says in Ephesians 6:12, therefore we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness of high places. It is exactly right, and it is exactly on point. Now, regardless of the fact that I just quoted to you the Bible, the reality of it is that people don't even need to believe in the Bible to know that life inside of the womb has value. And I'll prove this to you, just to tell you that people know, everybody knows, popular belief. They're trying to make a ridiculous belief into a popular belief. The life inside of the womb has value. Remember when Chrissy Teigen lost a baby? Planned Parenthood wrote this to her. We are sorry to hear that Chrissy Teigen and John Legend lost their son, and we admire them for sharing their stories. Now, aren't these medical professionals? They just referred to an unborn child that was lost in a miscarriage as a son. That doesn't seem to be gender inclusive. Even they know the sanctity of life, yet they continue to promote these ideologies that are very, very dark. Now, when it comes to the woman, what she said was women have the right, or people with the capacity to have babies. She doesn't call them women anymore because they're not women anymore. But to me, they're biological women. And I think calling them biological women is the most inclusive thing that you can call them, because that's what they are. It's very, very simple. You don't have to say people with the capacity, but because of their ideology and indoctrination, they have to say people with the capacity to have pregnancy, or they call them birthing people, or they call them people that can breastfeed baby or carry offsprings, or whatever term that they want to use. It's called biological women. And I don't think calling them biological women is a hate speech in any shape or form. But getting back to the other things that she said, that they have the sanctity and right to actually make a decision to have a good life, to have the best life. Well, I totally agree with that. However, I disagree when that life has to include another life. So the best thing they can simply do is the same thing that I've said in the video, in the other video when I talked about Angela Starting King blaming, Planned Parenthood and white people and Jeff Bezos' wife for the killing of black babies. I said this before, they can simply not get pregnant. There are different ways to prevent pregnancy, and they can simply not get pregnant and not be in a precarious position where they have to terminate the life of somebody else. Everybody knows that the sanctity of life is valuable, both born and unborn. Every single person knows. This is popular opinion, but they want to push their own beliefs and make those beliefs fact. This is why those beliefs, they always fall apart when they hit a question that is objectively truth, that needs them to speak the objective truth, and they would never ever admit to speaking the objective truth. And more people are rejecting it because it isn't popular opinion. Like I said to you guys before, when they are trying to shift the voting window from an acceptable or from a popular opinion to a ridiculous opinion, to make that ridiculous opinion popular, they usually use people like this, activists in schools. They use activists in, universities. They use activists in K1 through 12 primary schools and whatnot to push this woke indoctrination. Depending on the aspect of the woke indoctrination they want to push, and most importantly, they use the entertainment industry to also push this woke indoctrination. Hence why on this channel, like I told you guys before, like I used to say back in the days, I'd say, yes, welcome to the channel where we talk about politics as well as the entertainment industry, because we know that the entertainment industry is driven with a lot of politics. Hence why many of these people in the entertainment industry, Disney is losing money, Netflix is losing money, and even the news outlets that are pushing woke indoctrinations like CNN, they're all losing money. Because when you get woke, you go broke. Because those opinions, they ain't mainstream, they are beliefs from woke activists. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, ding that bell for notification, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care, peace, and Saya's out of here. Bye-bye now.